like to do this before I go live because it's such a hassle. Kind of makes the shirt look funky unless you get it just right, which of course I never do, but I like to try. It's hard to use a lapel mic when you don't have a lapel. See what I mean? See what I'm saying? All right, we'll go with that. I have my Elect Baggins for a Better Shire shirt today. And I'm late a few minutes here. Getting started about 5 minutes late. Let me get my chat going. All right, we got some folks in here. 5 whole people. Hey guys. Parik Piper Skip, WV Cigars, Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. All is well, sir. As well as can be expected in these times. P.O. Heinrichsen, welcome. Oh, I better switch from top chat to the live chat. I bet you guys get tired of hearing me say the same stuff during setup every week. Then again, if you watch my live streams long enough, you'll probably get tired of me saying the same stories over and over again. It is 5 o'clock, and it is time to rock a Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA. This isn't exactly a favorite, but well, I would say it's in my top 10 of favorite IPAs. But it's kind of what got me going the route of higher gravity IPAs. And just so you know, I don't just drink my beer in ice, but here comes the unthinkable. This is how I typically do. I typically pour, I don't know, 2/3 of the beer over ice and drink the rest of it from the bottle and then move to the mug. So we'll let that set. $15 already in the house, y'all. Morse Piper, good evening. Stephen Skip. Luke Reisner. Can't remember if I already said hi to you. Wine on ice. Interesting. I might, white wines and I don't drink a lot of wine, but I like the fruitier stuff typically. I wouldn't ice those down, but maybe if I were trying to drink a Chardonnay or a heavy red, a red wine, a dry red, I might try to ice that down. That's interesting. I might have to try that. The older I get, the more I decide, you should just do what suits you best and not worry about what people think about it. When it comes to personal preferences, I still think there are some absolutes, like you shouldn't kill, steal, abuse, that kind of stuff. But, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, do what suits you best. There was a Julie Miller song. I don't know how many of y'all know Julie Miller, but she had a song called I Like You. It was a really cutesy kind of kind of like a play school type song, but some of the lyrics were, I like you, I really do. You are the only you I ever knew. Though everyone's special, there's no one like you. That's why I like you. I really do. Oh. Jeffrey, welcome. Steph and Skip with a $5 super chat. Thanks so much, you guys. I never push that, but it is always appreciated when it unexpectedly shows up. So thank you. Are you going to start carrying 965? What kind of 965? Do you mean the Peterson 965? If so, I'm actually stopping carrying the Peterson 965. We can get into that if y'all are interested. I know a lot of y'all probably got my email on Sunday that I was running a sale. Sorry, you ended 964. So yeah, I have decided to stop carrying 3 out of 7 of the brand. Well, Cadre Blends isn't really a brand, but it's one of my 7 categories of pipe tobacco at the moment. It's kind of inclusive of 2 or 3 different drugstore brand companies, but I'm going to stop carrying 3 out of the 7 currently, and that's going to be my Cadre Blends, which I think I have Velvet half and half and Sir Walter Aromatic still left. It's on sale at the moment until I sell out of it. Peterson tobaccos, which I'm sad to see those go, and we'll get to why. And then McBaron tobaccos, which I'm really sad to see those go. You know, as you guys know, I have favorites in every one of the categories that I carry, but Old Dark Fired from McBaron is one of my it's my favorite tobacco, I would still say. And then for Peterson, you know, I really like the University Flake, I really like the Irish Flake, and the Deluxe Navy Rolls, but I knew by the end of 2021 I'd be bursting at the seams as far as what inventory space I have here at the Pipe Nook. So all of my inventory is kept in my home office, behind closed doors inside, with the exception of a few odds and ends I keep out here. You know, even though I still have I have a air unit now out here, so it's climate controlled. I still don't want to keep a ton of stuff out here. So I'm running out of space, you guys. And there are plenty of pipes that I want to continue to carry, or that I want to start carrying this year that I haven't gotten to yet because there's just nowhere to put them if I ordered them. So tobacco takes a lot of space. Tobacco takes a lot more space than pipes do. You know, because you have to have, I feel like you have to have a minimum of 15 of every 10 that you carry, and that adds up to a lot of real estate in the office. So that's why the decision to let 3 of the 7 pipe tobacco categories go, at least for now. You know, I'm really kind of bummed about it, but I'm barely to the point now where if I left my day job, the Pipe Nook could sustain my family, or at least my part of the bills for the family. My wife works, but I don't have the money to rent out a place right now to keep expanding inventory. So, and even if I did, I'd have to drive to and from, unless I really leased out an actual commercial place where I could just move everything and set it all up, and I do not have the money for that at all. Maybe in the future, and maybe I'll start carrying these pipe tobaccos again. But, you know, that's where we are at the moment. So that was a long-winded explanation. And if you want your money back, Steph and Skip, I'll let you. I'll send you a check. Yeah, where's all the... Give me some upvotes here, you guys. 28 in the house. Let's see what I'm going to smoke today. I've already had 3 or 4 bowls today. I think I'm going to smoke this 642 Savinelli Series 3. I have thought about building a shed. Well, no, I haven't. I thought about buying like a mother-in-law cottage type setup to put in the backyard. Where I live, though, there's an HOA, so there's going to be a lot to that, and they would have to approve it. The Architectural Review Committee or some bull crap like that. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't buy in a neighborhood that had such a strict homeowners association. I know there's pros and cons, but you know, I'm glad there aren't any cars on blocks in the driveways, but would that really be the end of the world? There have been things happen, like there was one guy that had a truck parked out on the street. Heaven forfend. But he had this truck parked on the street for like 6 months or something like that. When he finally moved it, there was a huge oil stain underneath it. And the HOA finally got him to move it. So I'm glad for certain things about the HOA, but by and large, they're just a pain in the butt. Kind of make me want to move to Texas. Although I imagine there's HOAs in Texas too. But you guys know the sentiment I'm getting at. It's hard to be, told what you can and can't do with your own property. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all, so I'm loading up some Haunted Bookshop. I can't remember if I smoked this last week or not, you guys. I opened it about a week and a half ago. Just couldn't take it anymore. Hadn't had Haunted Bookshop in a few months. Captain Kirk, I don't want to get you in trouble, but glad you found the site and the channel. So welcome to the live stream, sir. Burley Nut Bob, welcome, sir. Well, let me light it up. Oh. Talk amongst yourselves. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to turn on my Do Not Disturb. One moment. The video will stop temporarily. All right. I think I'm back. Yeah, Perique Piper Skip. I've tried the Chatham Manor, and I've actually got some tinned up somewhere. I think behind me here. Didn't strike me as a Carter Hall match either. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't Carter Hall. But it might just be because it didn't have the propylene glycol in it. You never know. Yeah, Johnny, you're probably right about the busybodies and HOAs. They tend to attract us, attract a certain type of people um, to get on the board, as well as just attending the meetings regularly. I got so fed up with it a couple of years back, I just swore I'm like, I'm not ever going back to another HOA meeting. You guys just do what you want to do. Leave me alone. If there's something I'm doing you don't like, come knock on my door and talk to me about it. Bill joins. Welcome. Carl, thank you so much, sir. So, our HOA has a troubled past, and this neighborhood's not that old. We built in here, or we had a developer build in here. Adams Homes was the builder, and our house was built in 2013. This is the first and probably only new house we've ever owned or will ever own. We moved out of a house. This house was built in 2013. We moved out of a house that was built in 1965. So this was quite the change for us. We moved in and everything was brand new. And now, 7, 8 years later, not everything's brand new anymore. We've already had to replace the builder grade carpet and, the builder grade paint is looking pretty rough around certain corners that are high traffic, and this, that, and the other. Our garage or our garbage disposal is on the fritz at the moment. All GE products. I've never been a fan of GE products, but our stove top, or our oven, stove, microwave, refrigerator, washer and dryer were all GE, all came with the house. And it was great they were all brand new, but they're starting to show their age now. And I had to replace the garage door recently because it got dented by the guy that was replacing our flooring. So it feels nice and lived in now. But back to the HOA, we found out after we bought in here that the HOA dues every year were not going to cover repaving of the roads every however many years that's going to be necessary. And these are in fact privately owned roads, owned by the HOA. And we were told when we bought the house that they were going to be deeded to the county, and they were going to be county maintained roads. Absolute lie. I feel, we were told that by the realtor who was representing the builder in the model home, and they're basically like contractors. And we didn't have anything in writing to state that. She had just told us that many times when I specifically asked her about it. We found out the week of closing, and we almost backed out of buying the house. And then we finally said, you know what? The kids are excited about this new house. We're excited. We love the neighborhood. It's one of the very few neighborhoods in this little crescent cross section of school zones that we wanted to be in, because we have 3 kids now in 3 different schools, elementary, middle, and high school. So we bit the bullet and did it. But, you know, come to find out, a lot of people in this neighborhood got lied to about the fact that the roads were not publicly owned, that they're privately owned and maintained. So every year our HOA dues have gone up because we're trying to save up to repave these roads before the potholes get too bad and whatnot. Well, we had a new person. I'm just completely disregarding the chat, you guys. I'm sorry. I will get to it if I can. But we had a new guy move into the neighborhood, and I call him Flag Dude because one of the first things he did was build like a, I don't know, 25, 30 foot high flagpole and fly the most ginormous neighborhood U.S. flag I'd ever seen. And come to find out, he's the type that he did that because the HOA told him he couldn't have a flagpole, and he found out that there's a state regulation that says you can have a flagpole up to a certain amount of footage, and the HOA can't tell you not to. So he got the absolute largest flagpole he could fly. And then he started causing trouble in the HOA, you know, acting like everybody in the neighborhood was in on the fact that he was lied to about the roads being, you know, publicly owned when they're actually privately owned. He got super mad about that and just went on a crusade. And come to find, you know, he finally discovered, hey, we all got lied to. This wasn't, you know, all some big plot against you. It was all of us. And so he became our biggest proponent for going after the builders, the developer, who, by the way, is the developer is bankrupt. So there's really no one to go after. But we're trying our best to get the county to adopt these roads because we're in a hard spot. The roads aren't in bad shape now, don't get me wrong, but as time goes on, you know. All right, let's get back to chat, you guys. Sasquatch Piper, thank you so much for the chat, for the or for the sticker, and your $5 tip. Thank you, sir. That'll pay for a beer or two. All right. I'm not caught up, but I'm getting there. Is canola oil good for the unfinished Series 3? I don't know that I would. If I were going to put oil on a Series 3, aside from just my hand oils or my face oils, I would use olive oil. That would be me. I don't know that I've heard of anyone using canola oil. I don't think, as long as you don't get it inside the bowl, I don't think any food grade oil would be necessarily bad or harmful for the pipe itself. But it may smell, you know, certain oils may smell a bit if they get overheated. But of course, that'll not be an issue over time either. Piper said likes the Captain Earl stimulus package. That's not, I like all of the Captain Earl's blends, but my favorite is probably Honor Blend because there's no Latakia, and I typically don't reach for Latakia, maybe 10% of the time. But then I like Mystic Blend and Reflections. Those are probably my second and third favorite because they're lighter Latakia blends. Maybe along the lines of Early Morning Pipe or even like Morley's blend. Bill joins smoking some Navigator. Now that's what I'm talking about. One of my favorite blends. Sasquatch, I'm glad you got those orders quick, man. I tried to ship them out as quick as I can. I got 3 days behind this week after Sunday's sale email about the tobaccos I've got on sale. And by the way, those Codger blends, Peterson, and McBaron tobaccos, whatever I have left in stock, and I am running low at the moment, but they'll be on sale until they're gone. And but I'm still retaining Cornell and Deal, which it probably sells the best for me. GLPs, Captain Earl's, and Savinelli. And I just placed my order today for Savinelli's next. Well, Savinelli used to make, they've made a few batches now of the 140th anniversary. Well, this year marks their 145th anniversary. So they're going to have a 145th anniversary blend. And it sounds intriguing. It sounds similar to the 140th anniversary blend, which hasn't been available for some time now. But it's got Perique in it. So it's got dark fired and Perique. And, it sounds very similar to the 140th, just with the addition of Perique. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, how it smokes. But that should be available here in the next... When is that? When does that come out? See if I can find it. I think, and it's limited to 2,500 tens, just like the Cornell and Deal, the Beast was. And I was really bummed because I could only get like 50 tens of the Beast because there were only 2,500 tens overall, and they were trying to share the wealth. This time around, I'm going to get more than that. I told them, give me as many as you can possibly give me. I'm ordering early. Give me as much as you can. I don't know that I would have taken all 2,500 tens. That would have been, that would have taken me a while to sell through those. But I was hoping for 10% of that, 250 tens. I'm not going to get that much, but I will be getting more than 50 tens. With the Beast, I didn't even feel like I could send out an email because I'd irritate more people than I made happy since I only had 50 tens. But this is coming out, looks like May 4th. So I should be getting that early next uh, early next week. Carl, that's probably a good idea to not replace builder stuff until the kids are grown, but our youngest now is 9. I have a senior in high school. We needed to replace the carpet after 7 years. We replaced it at about the 7-year mark. It was pretty nasty. You know, good carpet, if you take care of it and you vacuum it and you know, clean it maybe annually, good, thick carpet will last you, you know, can last you 10, 15, sometimes even 20 years. But it definitely will not look pretty at the 15 to 20-year mark. And you may have problems with smell and all that. Most in my family deal with allergies, including myself. Allergic to grasses and pollens and trees and weeds and uh, dust and dust mites. Pet dander. Yes, even Delta's pet dander. So we went with hardwood floors and got rid of all the carpet. Now we have an area rug in the, you know, living room area. And we have a runner at the front door. But that's it. But yeah, we won't be repainting or anything like that anywhere in the foreseeable future. I've always liked Kenmore products myself. Uh, I'm guessing that's Steph. It's usually Steph, right? Here on my chat. But I've also really been impressed with LG recently. Now, that was a brand that I never, wasn't even on my radar for appliances up until very recently. But I've got a stereo out here that's an LG stereo that I absolutely love, that was fantastic for the money. And I have an LG TV now, which is an amazing television. So I might go with an LG washer dryer, LG fridge, etc. I don't know if they make a stove, oven, or a microwave, but we'll see. None of those are broken yet. Just the garbage disposal. That's the first thing to go. But yeah, I like Kenmore stuff. Whirlpool as well. Boris the Piper, welcome, sir. Guys, I hope I didn't miss any. I know a couple of y'all sent me some tips tonight. I appreciate that. I hope I didn't miss any because I was telling long-winded stories. But if I did, my apologies. Man, I just had a huge jump in my chat again. I was almost caught up. Extra virgin olive oil. Yep. That's what I would recommend for the Series 3s if you're going to apply oil. I never have. Maybe I should, but I mean, I've got 7 or 8, or I think I've got 10 of these now. I don't know that I need another one to try that with. Cameron, if I recall, your Roma went out today. Maybe it went out yesterday. I've had so many orders these past couple of days. Like I said, I was 3 days behind at one point. This morning when I started, I was 2 days behind, and now I'm only 1 day behind, so I'll be caught up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Andrew, got your first vaccine. I got my second Pfizer vax a week and a half ago today. I got it on a Friday, a week and a half ago. So I got another 3-4 days and I'll be running naked through the streets. Downtown. Where I live is kind of strange. Like, you know, certain parts of town are less concerned, statistically speaking, than other parts of town. So I'll go into the Publix grocery store at one part of town that everybody is masked up. And if somebody even tries to come in without a mask, you know, people look at you like you're a Nazi. And then other parts of town, more towards the outskirts, almost no one wears a mask, and they look at you, if you're wearing a mask, like you're trying to steal their liberties from them because you're wearing a mask. Or they look at you like they think you're stupid. I don't want to get into all that here, but I always wear a mask because, you know, I think it's just the courteous thing to do. That's me personally. I wear a mask so I don't get you sick. Steph and Skip, you got one of the match's tribute pipes? Nice. Nice. I'm so glad to have been a part of that. I mean, for years to come, there's going to be that batch of matches tribute pipes. 860 pipes. Some soldiers will be lost to the cause, but they'll, you know, be, most of them will be passed around the pipe community as gifts, and some of them will be sold. Some people will pass away, and, you know, their pipes will be sold off. And but it'll be part of Match's legacy. That is very cool. Yeah, Bill, Perique and Dark Fired. If you put Perique and Dark Fired in the same blend, I'm all over that. Matter of fact, as much as I love Old Dark Fired, if there were a little Perique in it, I'd probably like it just a little bit more. Not too much, just a little bit. But Cornell and Deal has, and GLPs has some incredible Dark Fired and Perique blends that are almost every bit as, I mean, they're so close to, it's hard for me to create a top 10 of all time list or even a top 20 at this point because I want to top load it with all the blends that I absolutely love. It's hard to rate them when you like them so much. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know, Peterson's Irish Flake, Cornell and Deal's Bluegrass and Blue Ridge, Speakeasy, GLP's is Windjammer. That's a newer one, but man, is it good. Sixpence, GLP's is Sixpence. Phenomenal blend. And Savinelli's Doubloon d'Oro is fantastic as well. It's those little coins. Not coins. Spun cut. Somebody, when I got off my live stream last week, somebody else was live. Who was it, you guys? Because some of y'all went over to that live stream. And I needed to go eat dinner, so I didn't stick around. But I did see that somebody else was live. And I hate that we're stepping on each other's toes from time to time. Man, I had another chat jump. I'm on live chat. Why is this happening? Come on, YouTube. Steph, I will try to remember that. It's usually you on your channel, on the Steph and Skip channel. I thought so, but now I know so. Is Skip on here? Guys, I got the Breyer report, and he had a link to go and Voice your opinion to your state representatives about this tobacco tax. If you're not subscribed to Briar Report, subscribe to Briar Report, but because you missed that email, I should have checked before I went live, but I was packing orders right up until I went live. I'm sure somewhere on Briar Report he'll have that link on briarreport.org. We need to make our voices heard. That tobacco tax, it wouldn't, we still wouldn't be in the same boat as like Australia or other places in Europe or Canada, but it would be rough. It would probably turn an $11 tin of tobacco into a $17 tin of tobacco. Ridiculous. Yeah, but check out briarreport.org and look for that link so we can speak out against whatever that thing's called, the Mama's Act, the Mama Act. And that's just typical political BS, to where they have all these nice things that are good in a bill, and then they just tack on, tobacco to it. Like, oh yeah, tobacco's evil too. Let's stick it to those guys. Not all tobacco, you guys. There are different qualities of tobacco, and I've always said that, cigarettes are like the hot dog of the tobacco world. You can't eat hot dogs every meal of your life and expect to be healthy. But pipe tobacco, unless you're buying the really cheap, bulk stuff that's really roll your own tobacco, and that's kind of what got us in this mess in the first place. Companies trying to sell roll your own cigarette tobacco and labeling it pipe tobacco to get around taxes themselves. But high quality pipe tobacco is like a nice steak dinner with all the trimmings. I'm not a doctor and I cannot give medical advice, but I have always believed personally, this is a personal conviction, that yeah, I mean, it's not good to suck in smoke into your lungs, period. But, which is why cigar smokers and pipe smokers, by and large, don't do that. But beyond that, I think fully half, if not more, of the danger of cigarette tobacco, cigarettes, is not the tobacco, it's the chemicals they put in the cigarettes, and it's the bleached white paper that you're smoking. That's what gives cigarettes that nasty, acrid smell that clings to your clothes and that people can't stand, non-smokers can't stand when they get around it. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes, to be honest with you guys. It's because of that paper. I mean, if you light up paper, like loose leaf paper, and burn it, that's pretty much the smell. I don't think the tax rate raise is 1,500%. I haven't done the math, but it raises a pound of pipe tobacco from like $2 $60 a pound, the tax rate to like $50 a pound. It's not that much of a jump. It's not 1,500%, but it's a big jump. If they doubled or even tripled the tax on a pound, it, you know, that'd be, I don't want to say that'd be okay, but going from under $3 a pound to $50 a pound, it's kind of ridiculous. Excessive, unjust, predatory, infringing, Boston Tea Party, anyone? Not that I'm advocating anything like the Boston Tea Party in the here and now, but I'm just saying our country was built on, you know, people fighting against unjust taxes. And here we find ourselves in this predicament. Our personal liberties are constantly being eroded, or at least there are attempts constantly, like waves against a seawall, to erode our liberties. So thanks for tuning into my positive, upbeat live stream tonight, you guys. Just happens to be the topic of the day, I suppose. We got 61 in the house now, y'all. And 29 thumbs up. I'm no mathematician, but I think we have room for improvement there. Lonesome Piper, hello. You know, Chad is missing. I wonder what Chad's doing this evening. Maybe it was Chad who went live last week. I really can't remember who it was. So you guys, the link that do I still have it? I probably don't. The link that Breyer Report sent out, you could just click the link, put in your zip code, and it would have an auto-generated email that would go straight to your representatives. And it did work because I got emails back from my representatives, you know, form emails, but still. It came from the Premium Cigar Association. They're the ones that set this up. I found the link, so I will put it in the chat bucket, if YouTube will let me. Sometimes YouTube doesn't let me put links in the chat bucket. But there you go. You can use that to voice your opinion of that tobacco tax that's being considered at the moment. Oh, there you are, Skip. Sorry about that. I'm all over chat. I'm just skipping up and down and up and down. I wonder what kind of pizza Sasquatch got tonight. We traded Pizza Wednesday for Pizza Tuesday this week. We usually have Taco Tuesday and Pizza Wednesday. As usual, you know, that's our usual weekly standbys. But we swapped them, so we're having tacos tonight. And my wife makes the tacos, but we usually order in the pizza. Skip, I would say, and again, Latakia blends are not my wheelhouse. I mean, I typically like Periques and Dark Fireds. I can enjoy, you know, I can dig on some Latakia, but it's not my favorite. But I would say Cornell and Deal's best Latakia blend. Well, I really like Pirate Cake. When I get in the mood for Latakia, and I want to get hit on the head with Latakia, Pirate Cake. That's the way to go. But Star of the East Flake is really, really good. So that would be a close second. If not, it may be first. I think a lot of people favorably view Star of the East Flake as kind of Cornell and Deal inching into Penzance territory. With Star of the East Flake. But then for my personal tastes and, you know, the smaller amounts of Latakia that I typically like in a blend, I would say Epiphany, which barely has any Latakia, and Morley's Best, which you can smell the Latakia when you pop the tin of Morley's Best, but there's not a ton of it. So it really just depends on how much Latakia you enjoy in a blend. Happy Piper, I have Windjammer in stock, I think. Pretty sure I do. And it is phenomenal. I'm sure I missed you, Jeffrey, but I hope you have a good night. Dark Fired always gives me the hiccups. That is interesting, Aaron. I don't think I've ever had that problem. Unicorn Piper, that's who it was. Unicorn Piper is live now. Let's see how long Ben has been on. Maybe we need to adjust our times so we're not splitting folks up. I could do like a earlier time slot. I mean, I could go live at 5 o'clock Eastern instead of 6 o'clock Eastern. I thought about sending him a live message, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take anybody away from his, and I kind of wish there were a way to register times so that we didn't kind of step on each other's toes like that. And not just him, but, Yardism and who else? Derek Tant sometimes goes live, and Once Upon a Pipe, and all the other folks that go live. Sometimes they go live at different times, like just unexpectedly, and I get that. But Public Piper has been doing lives, and I got to meet Public Piper in Nashville maybe 5 years back. Really good guy. But I think he's gone live when I've been live before. Man, I'm already at the bottom of this bowl. I didn't even grab my notebook with topics to speak of, but we haven't had that problem yet tonight. Needing a new topic. Oh, I missed when Steph left. Well, we've gone an hour now. I'm not sure if I should load up another bowl or just go eat some dinner. Piper said no response from Caribe. Did you email their U.S. distributor, or did you email Caribe directly? I would recommend their distributor, because I've heard that their distributor now is offering Caribe repairs stateside, which Caribe lighters are made in Japan, so that's a great benefit to be able to get it to get your lighters serviced stateside, whether under warranty or not. They come with a 2-year warranty. But I would recommend their U.S. distributor, which that's Laudisi. I think you emailed me to get that information. So if Laudisi hasn't gotten back with you, email me and let me know that, and I'll get on them. I'll give you, at least I'll give you another contact. I'll give you my rep, and he'll make sure it gets taken care of. It's not, I mean, that's not what he deals in, but he'll get it to the right people. There are not that many Caribe lighters that have issues, at least not within that first 2 years. I mean, they're quality lighters, but things do happen from time to time, as with any, produced item like that. Cobblestone tobacco. Daniel, I have not tried the cobblestone tobacco. Who is that made by? I don't even know. Cobblestone tobacco. Oh, it's a whole new brand. No, I'm not. I haven't tried any of that. And it's looking like, well, they have some stuff that's not aromatic, but it looks like they have a bunch of aromatic stuff, which isn't really my forte. Oh. Vision, late to the party, what are you smoking on? Well, I just finished up a bowl of Haunted Bookshop. Mason jars are the way to go, man, if you're wanting to do long-term cellaring. Or just not open it, Order a tin of something you know you like to smoke now, and 2 or 3 tins to smoke later. And just put them in the cellar, unopened. But mason jars, I think, do work a little bit better, because you give them the light of day, and you give them a little fresh air, and then seal them up. That, I don't know, that seems to work better. Chad's here. Good grief. Sorry, Chad. As I'm sure you know, I'm not doing great with keeping up with chat. Daniel, do I think there'll be more cigar or pipe smokers in the next 5 years? Do I think there will be more cigar smokers overall than pipe smokers? Yes. That's been the case for the past, I don't know how long, 40 years probably. Do I think there will be more cigar or pipe, like new cigar or pipe smokers in the next 5 years? Probably the trend is still going to continue to be more new cigar smokers. Pipe smoking is kind of a thing that, by and large, people get into these days anyway. It wasn't like this in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. You'd go to college and you'd get a pipe because you wanted to look older, more mature, or what have you. But these days, I think most people that get into pipe smoking in their middle-age years, mid-30s onwards. I really got into pipe smoking. I dabbled in it for years here and there, but I really got into pipe smoking around the time I turned 40, and I'm 46 now. Um, I'm probably average. I'm probably the average there, or real close to it. I think cigars are just more accessible. They're more readily accessible. They're easier to smoke, to learn how to smoke. But personally, I just enjoy pipes so much more. The whole pipe smoking ritual, even down to cleaning of pipes. The artifact of having the pipes, I really enjoy. Collecting the pipes, as well as the tobaccos. Now, people collect cigars as well. There are plenty of people that have very well stocked cigar humidors in their houses with hundreds of cigars, and that's awesome. But it's a lot easier to keep and cellar pipe tobacco than to constantly be worried about temperatures and humidity factors with cigars and keeping your humidors just right. You throw your pipe tobacco in a ball jar or a mason jar, and it's good to go for years and years. Kirk from Florida, I didn't see you sneak in, buddy. I don't think I'm going to light up a fifth bowl for the day. So we'll be winding down here in the next few minutes. Daniel, quiet nights is not my thing. Quiet nights isn't my jam. Personally, it gives me a strange aftertaste, and really coats my tongue. I would go with Star of the East. But some people love quiet nights. It's some people's favorite blend. So who am I to argue with that? Personal tastes have everything to do with that. So, but if you had to if you were pinning me down for a recommendation, I would try Star of the East between those two. Good time, guys. If you will send me an email, I can send you a list of pipe tobacco recommendations. Piper on the 45. Have a good evening, sir. Oh. And for a sampler pack, that might be a good idea, to try different kinds of blends. Michael Schenkel. All right, so you guys do the dirty work for me. If Unicorn Piper is still live, I'm about to get off. And if you guys are looking for more hangout time to smoke your pipes, go over to Unicorn Piper's channel. Let him know that Eddie Gray at the Pipe Nook sent you, and that I just went off of being live for the past 75 minutes. Maybe he'll think about, well, maybe I should wait a little bit longer to before I go live, because it seems like he's doing this on Wednesday nights. At least he's done it the last 2 weeks in a row. I'm not sure how long he's You know, if that's a regular time slot for him or what. But and I'll think about maybe changing again to go earlier. We'll see. I'll go over to chat and see what comes of it, and maybe I'll chime in over there. But we're going to call it for this evening. If I missed a question, I'm sorry, you guys. But maybe we'll get to it next week. All right, you guys, have a good night. We'll chat with you next time. See ya.